Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Mercedes and this is the Frugal Life with Mercedes. Today I am going to tell you 6 things that I do not buy that the average woman does. Now, I am not generalizing an entire sex or an entire subgroup. I'm just going off of what I have seen in real life and what I have seen on social media. And these things do not hold any value to me, and so I do not spend my money on them. If they hold value to you, then keep going on. But the point of this video is some people do not realize how much money is going into things that maybe are not a priority to them, or maybe they think should be a priority, or they see other people prioritizing, so then they sink money into it. And maybe this will give you guys an idea of things that you can cut from your budget. Okay, so number 1 is makeup. I do not wear makeup. I do not buy makeup. There is an exception. Occasionally when I coupon, I will buy makeup because it's a money maker. But especially when I first started couponing, I would get makeup quite a bit. But about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, I took all my coupon makeup and I donated it to a local high school for their drama department, and I pretty much have not bought makeup since. I will occasionally wear a lipstick. I will occasionally wear some mascara, but I don't wear makeup. I just don't. I think Brandon has seen me in makeup twice, ever. And there's nothing wrong with makeup. I know people get a lot of enjoyment out of makeup. I personally don't. I don't get enjoyment out of it. So I don't wear it. And I do want to specify, I see there's an argument quite a bit on social media about that women that say they don't wear makeup, it's because they don't know how to apply it. But maybe they just don't want to wear it. So I had this kind of conversation once with a friend of mine's friend, and I said, oh, well, I don't wear makeup, because she was asking me about some, I don't know, palette collection, eyeshadow, and which one was my favorite. And I said, well, I don't know any of those. I said, I don't wear makeup. And she took it as a diss on her about what I was saying about her. And I was like, I don't know you. I'm not saying anything about you. All I said was, I don't know anything about those palettes because I don't know makeup designers and I don't wear makeup. So I do know how to apply makeup, and I think it's fun to play with makeup. When I was in middle school and high school, I would play with really fun eyeshadows and different things like that, but I don't do that anymore. And a lot of people are spending a lot of money on makeup, and it might not be necessary. Okay, 2, perfume. I do not wear perfume. I do not wear body spray of any kind. I did for a long time pretty much always have some sort of perfume or body spray. But about 10 years ago, I made the decision to just stop wearing it. And it was more, I can't even remember why I stopped. I sometimes stop doing things because I have some sort of calling to stop doing it, and then later on I can't really remember why. I didn't think that it was necessary, and at the time I was starting my debt-free journey, and so then I felt like it was something that I could just eliminate from my budget, and I eliminated it and I got out of debt, and I honestly have never thought about getting perfume again. So I don't get anything out of that. So, I smell clean, like I take showers, so, and if you get enjoyment out of perfume, that's great. I just don't. 3 would be coffee. Now, you guys, if you watch my What I Eat in a Day videos, you'll see that I will drink an iced coffee every once in a while that I made at home. I actually do really like Starbucks coffee, but that is a very, very rare treat. And when I get it, It is a treat that my significant other buys for me. I almost never buy coffee at a Starbucks or a Dunkin' Donut or an establishment of any kind. And that's just because it's really too expensive. Also, there's just so much sugar and different things in there, and I try to manage my weight. And a lot of those drinks are 2,000 calories a piece for one drink. And they taste really good, but I see them more as a treat versus some people are getting a Starbucks coffee once or twice a day. And that's a lot of money in your budget. So maybe cut that in half or start making your coffee at home. Number 4 would be designer. I do not wear designer anything. I do not own designer bags. I do not own designer shoes. If I ever had a dog, I would not have a designer dog. I would have a mutt. I don't subscribe to the designer mindset. And there is the argument that designer is higher quality because you're getting what you paid for. And that's not so much the case anymore. Certain brands, yes, you definitely will get the quality out of what you're buying, but a lot of designer brands are not as well made as they used to be. And that's something you'd have to do your research on. But I get no value out of saying this bag is from such and such designer and these shoes are such and such designer. And so I don't subscribe to designer brands. And most of my clothes comes from the thrift store and secondhand in general anyway. So if I happen to find a designer brand at a thrift store and I liked it, then yeah, I would pick it up, but I would never seek that out. And also a little fun fact, I don't know if I've ever shared this on here before, I actually do not wear animal. And when I say that, I don't wear leather, I don't wear suede, I don't wear wool, and I don't wear silk. And I haven't pretty much as long as I can remember. The only exception with that is if I go to a secondhand store and there is a jacket that fits me and is in my budget and I love it and it happens to be wool, I will buy it because it is secondhand. If I find a pair of shoes and they're secondhand and they fit me and they're in great condition, then I would. So I do make exceptions if it's secondhand, but even secondhand, I really try not to. It's only if I really love the item. And the only thing that I own that is actually leather is my cowboy boots. And that was because I looked at alternatives, cowboy boots made out of alternative materials, and I didn't like them as much. And the reviews were saying that they didn't hold up as well. So I know that there are cowboy boots made out of like hemp and different things like that, but they were honestly out of my budget. So I did get leather boots, but if they're taken care of, they can last you many, many, many years, 20, 30 years, depending upon how well you take care of them. So there you go. Let's see, what number are we? 5. I do not do wine, girls' night, or girls' trips. First of all, I don't like wine. I've had it. I've had wine in very nice restaurants. I've had all sorts of different kinds. I just don't like it. And when I say wine, I mean alcohol in general. I will occasionally have an amaretto and sour with my mom and my sisters, but we're talking about once a year, twice a year. Occasionally I will have a margarita when I am out with my significant other, but we're talking about I have 2 or 3 cocktails a year ever. And that's just because I think that they're too expensive out, and you can make them at home, but I don't know. I've just never really been an alcohol person, but I'm going to roll that in with girls' nights and girls' trips. I don't have a group of girlfriends that we would go and do like a girls' trip to wherever. If I have time off work, I'm going to go on a trip with my man. I'm going to go on a trip with my family. We've done a trip together. I'm going to go do something by myself that I've been wanting to do. I don't hold value in going on girls' trips to wineries because I don't drink wine. or different things like that, or I don't really like cruises. So I guess number 5 is kind of a combination of things. There was a time, that place is shut down since then, but my mom and my sisters and I, we did karaoke at a karaoke bar a couple of times, and like that's what I consider like a girls' night out. So I would do something like that. But people that are going out all the time for these trips and excursions and girls' nights or guys' nights or whatever, you're spending a lot of money, and maybe an alternative would be to invite your friends over to your house and have a adult sleepover. Do you know what I mean? Like that wouldn't be a bad idea. It would save you some money. Number 6, I do not get my hair done. I have not had my hair professionally cut or colored in over a decade. I cut and color it myself. Does it look the greatest? I'm sure there's people that got a lot better hair than I do. But when I go, they always want to take off more of my hair than I am comfortable. They don't listen to me. I've been to all sorts of different hairstylists. They charge too much and they're not listening to me. And this is nothing against hairdressers. One of my sister is a licensed beautician. She doesn't practice anymore, or I would have her cut my hair. But it's really just like, it's not worth it. I can just cut it myself, and I've gotten pretty good at it, and it saves you a bunch of money. As far as dyeing, I like to dye my hair all sorts of different colors, and I don't mind doing it, and it's a fraction of the cost. So those are 6 things that a lot of people are spending money on that I simply don't. So if you spend money on those things and you find value in them, then keep on. But don't do it because everybody around you is doing it, or even because you've done it for a really long time. Like the perfume. I wore perfume for a really long time, years and years and years and years and years. I wore perfume every single day, and then one day I just stopped, and I haven't missed it. And some people are spending a lot of money on perfumes and body sprays, and I bet you might not even miss it, and that's money out of your budget that you could spend on something else. Okay, guys, so I hope that you got something out of this video. Please consider subscribing to my channel. If you did not know, I have an Instagram, The Frugal Life with Mercedes. Until next time, guys, bye.